Hari Om, everyone.
Hariom.
We begin. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samastagana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gururadiranavischa Guru Paramadaivatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Na Guroradikam Tattvam Na Guroradikam Tapaha Tattvajnana Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Hari Om. Good evening, everyone. You can turn on your video, that would be great. We have a lot of things to discuss in today's class. So far we've met a good student. He's met his teacher. The teacher has given him the knowledge, and the student said he understood but did not understand, which means he understood. And then the teacher blesses the student in the last verse. O Mityeva Dhyayata Atmanam Swasteva Paraya Tamasa Parasta. May you go beyond this ocean of ignorance to the other shores of knowledge and light. So now the teacher has blessed the student or the students, and now what do the students do? What is their duty? What's the duty of a student is what this is about. Mantra number 14. It says forever grateful. The title tells you what it's all about. So the students, for this, we go to Prashna Upanishad. Prashna, question, Upanishad. This Upanishad is about 6 disciples who come to a teacher from different parts of the country. And they all have different questions. And they come to a rishi called Pipalada Muni. And they all have different questions, but they come together and they know that this teacher is a realized master and can enlighten them. So they come and they tell the teacher, we've got these questions, and could you please answer it for us? Now it's very interesting because the teacher says, first, I want you to stay here for 1 year. Stay in the ashram, serve me, clean the ashram, take care of everything, do my seva. After that, after 1 year, you can ask your question. And if I can, I will. Well, I will answer the question to my satisfaction. That's the best I can do. So now you've got 6 students who come from all over the country, and this is what they've been told. stay for 1 year, serve me. So it could be free labor, you know. And there's no promise that he'll be able to answer the question. He says, if I can, I'll answer it. Now it's up to you. Now look at the element of faith involved here. Those 6 students stayed there, served him for over a year, and then they ask the questions, and then the teacher gives them the answers to these 6 questions, which takes the student from the outer world to the actual realization in this whole beautiful Upanishad known as Prashnopanishad. At the end of Prashnopanishad is where the students who gain this knowledge then give their gratitude to the teacher. And this mantra, therefore, mantra number 14, has been chosen by Guruji from this Upanishad because this gratitude is what is really pertinent. And the shloka goes like this. It's mantra number 14, is Prashnopanishad 6.8. Te tam archayantah tvam hina pita yo asmakam avidyaya param param tarayas iti namah parama rishibhyo namah parama rishibhyah. Te tam archayantah tvam hino pita yo asmakam avidyaya param param tarayas iti namah parama rishibhyo namah parama rishibhyah. It's a loaded verse. We'll do the literal explanation. First, they, all those disciples, those 6 disciples, tam gurum archayantaha. We worship you, Guru. Tvam hino pita. Tvam hina naha pita. To us, you are our father. Asmakam, to us, you are our father. Avidyaya, ignorance. Param, supreme knowledge. Param, crossover. Tarayasi, in the vessel, in the ferry, in your ferry. You are the ferry, you are the boatman, you are the sailor. You took us across the shores of ignorance to the other shore. Nama Parama Rishibhyo, Nama Parama Rishibhya. We prostrate to you again and again. Now, this crossing the shore was also in the previous verse, if you remember, where the Guru's blessings was Swastina Paraya Tamasa Parastat. Same idea. So now we'll take these slowly, one by one. Now, first of all, the teacher's job is to, well, teacher's job is to teach. Seems like a, not a very, what's the word? Intuitive statement. The teacher's job is to teach. But the true Guru, to him, teaching is not a job, it is a joy. And the teacher's greatest satisfaction is when the student gets it. Taittiriya Upanishad has got in the Shikshavali, he's got a prayer which the teacher does so that may I get good students. Amayantu brahmacharina swaha, vimayantu brahmacharina swaha, pramayantu brahmacharina swaha, damayantu brahmacharina swaha, shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. May disciples come to me from all places. May I be able to enlighten them with their intellect. May they understand the pramana. May they have dhamma. May they have shama, all those virtues. The teacher keeps praying for good students to come. So that's the job of the teacher. Now the students, having gained this knowledge, it says, once you gain this Kritakratyascha Bharata, there is really nothing more to gain because you gained the infinity. There is nothing more to do. There's total fulfillment in life. There's no more kartavya. There's no more karma required. Now, again, I was with Guruji in a train when from Siddhabari to Delhi, Pathankot to Delhi. And this question came up. And he said, yeah, they have nothing to do, all those Swamis. But if they are sensible, they will serve and listen to the Guru. That's all he said. This is 23 years ago. And these keep coming back to me because I had no idea what he meant back then. Even though there is no more duty required, no more karma required, this verse will make it clear. Guruji has no more karmas to do. What is he doing till today? Anyone? Anyone?
And when he said, what is he doing today? He's still guiding us all. Meaning, what is his sadhana? Is that what he's saying?
What is the singular thing he is doing till today? He has nothing to gain, nothing to do, yet he does.
Yeah, continue to serve.
Gurudev's work?
Yeah.
Sorry, Roshni?
No, continuing Gurudev's work, his legacy and the work and the knowledge.
Continues to serve his Guru till today as his gratitude. So, the most important lesson from the life of our Guru, from what the Shastras are saying, even if you do not have any more duties to do, any more karmas to do, everything that you have gained from people throughout your life, gratitude must be there at all times. Now, gratitude is a very big topic. So if we go into that, it will take the rest of the class. But why is gratitude required, even in life in general?
It helps you to focus on what you have versus what you don't have. So you look from a place from abundance as opposed to lack.
Okay. Anyone else?
Because, oh, go ahead. Because to me, I think if we don't acknowledge what we have, then actually we don't know that we have it, and we're not blessed with the actual that thing, because you'll still feel that you're lacking it because you haven't acknowledged it to yourself that you have it. So it's an affirmation, a very deep affirmation to recognize what you have gained.
I think it teaches you humility, which helps you to see non-duality.
Good.
Is it, I think without gratitude, you're constantly in danger of thinking, oh, this is all my doing, this is all me, this is, so it actually, it's a humbling thing, but it's very necessary because it stops you with your ego.
Yeah. Humility. Because if you don't have gratitude, it means you are arrogating all your achievements to yourself, which crystallizes your ego. When you defer it to some unknown factor which has enabled you, or who has helped you, or whoever has known and unknown, it develops a sense of humility. And without humility, knowledge is not possible. Which is that prayer, Vidya Vinaya. Without Vinaya, you do not get Vidya.
Vidya Vinayena Shobhate.
Exactly. So, the whole topic here is gratitude. Now, there's something else. I think I've said this many times, because every time I traveled with Guruji since 2015, he repeated this over and over. So I took notes over and over. And I think in his last visit here, 2015, in Logan Hall, when I gave the thank you speech, I put this one in there. Yavat Jivan Trayo Vandyaha Vedanta Guru Ishvara. How many of you have heard this? Even when we spoke to the Europeans about the CM75, I said this. As long as one is living, Yavat Jivam Trayo Vandyaha, we need to worship three things. Vedanta, which is the valid means of knowledge, the pramana. 2, Guru. Guru is the teacher who reveals the essence of that knowledge to us. 3, Ishvara, God, who brings us in touch with our Guru. So we say, where do I find a Guru? How do I go? You don't, let's say Guru comes to you. The Lord himself puts you in touch with your Guru. So therefore, these three are to be worshipped throughout our lives. Yavat Jivan Trayo Vandyaha Vedanta Guru Ishvaraha. It says, Adau Jnanatte. Earlier, before we got this knowledge, before the seekers had this knowledge, they have to worship the Guru. They have to worship Vedanta. They have to worship the Lord. After gaining this knowledge, there is another factor called Kritagnyata. Because Kritagnyata Nivrittaye means you incur the sin of ingratitude. One always needs to be Kritagnya, grateful, with an attitude of Kritagnyata, gratitude. To remember everything that was done for you. And the opposite of Kritagnyata is Kritagnata, which is Krita Ghana, which is good deed. Ghana means to discard. And that's ingratitude. So te tam archayantaha, we worship the Guru. Yoga Vasishta Atte, again, something that is repeated over and over. If you remember, Tattva Jnana Param Nasti, Guru Api Chatat Vidaha. There is nothing higher than this knowledge, and no one greater than the one who knows this knowledge and imparts it to us. This morning when I was having tea, I was thinking of ingratitude. And there's a friend of ours, I won't take his name because you all will know him. maybe 25 years ago, I gave him a contact, and I won't give the business, but through that, he made a lot of money. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands, maybe millions. And I would tell, I think I told Jessica or Natasha to call him together donation for the mission, like 5-7 years back. And after chasing him for 3 months to get rid of them, he'll write a check for 500. That's okay. Then I met him, it was 3 years ago. And we talked about that contact which I gave him, from which he's made millions. And he said, oh, you know that guy too? I'm like, dude, I worked with him for 7 years. I'm the one who came to you together, and I gave you this contact, and you did business with him. He goes, really? I don't remember. I got a little upset. Then I gave him the exact context and place and how. He goes, oh, yeah, maybe you did. Maybe you did. I can't remember. Then I walked away saying, wow. So when you talk of ingratitude, I don't want anything, but even he didn't remember. So that is incurring a sin of ingratitude. That's very, very serious in spiritual matters. So now it says, Tvam hina pita. You are our father. They're saying this to the Guru. How is the Guru your father? Your real father gave you this human birth, this human body, which we know is so rare, so precious. It's only in the human body we can realize this truth. But the Guru gave us birth to an even rarer thing, to our own self. So in fact, it says, your father gives you Sthula Sharira, the Guru gives you Brahma Sharira. So the father gave you this physical body, but the Guru gives you he gives you the means to fulfill the very purpose of this human body. That's why they are saying, Tvam Hina Pita, you are our father. So we must revere our own father for giving us this body. But what more the person who gave us the means to fulfill the purpose of that body? Avidyaya paramparam tarayasi. That's also a loaded verse. Avidya, we were in ignorance, thinking I'm suffering, I'm the jiva, complaining, whining. And now you have shown me my infinite nature. Again, I don't know I think I mentioned this last time, this virtual reality. It's called Machu Picchu. It's playing in Shepherd's Bush. Anyone seen it? Highly recommended. It's about 45 minutes. They give you these goggles and you stand in a room. You don't know you're in a room though. They just put you in dark and you go in there. And you literally think you're walking through the mountains and deers and you're about to fall off a cliff. And you can see the other people in white, so you don't bump into them. But your own partner or your group, they have got a name above them. So I remember holding Kanchan's hand tight. And she would come and hold me because she knows I have vertigo. So as we're just near a cliff, I'm like, my head is spinning. She'll hold me. And then we walk for 45 minutes like idiots in Machu Picchu. And then when time is up, they say, remove your mask. And I remove the mask and I'm standing in a room 20 feet by 20 feet. That's a room. And I see all of the Lalus doing this walking around. And I'm like, for 45 minutes, I was in the illusion and I went through all these highs and lows, just sitting here. And when I removed the mask, the substratum was the floor. I was right there. That keeps playing on my mind as to what this concept of realization really is. So now when I remove the mask, do I come and say, hi, I'm a guru, I'm realized now, I know this is the floor? Or do I feel like an absolute idiot that I was holding my wife's hand because I'm going to fall off a cliff? It gives you just an inkling into what a man of wisdom goes through once they realize the truth, that everything is simply a dream in the waking state. It's the closest I have come to kind of fathoming what this is all about. So that's the avidya. Nama Parama Rishibhya, Nama Parama Rishibhya. Why is it said twice?
There's no end to the gratitude that you offer to your Guru.
Exactly. It's the depth of the feeling by repeatedly. Now, in the book, it says different ways of expressing gratitude. You may do Vak Puja, Pad Puja. There are various ways of expressing your gratitude. Now, this knowledge comes to us through a succession of Guru Shishya, through the Guru Shishya Parampara. This is known as the Rishi Parampara. Now, this Rishi word is a very important word. Rishaya Mantra Drashta. Rishi is the one who is the seer of the Vedic mantras. If he's able to see these Vedic mantras, he knows the essence of the Vedic mantras. Therefore, he's not only a mantra drashta, he's a tattva drashta. He's got a realization of this truth. That's the definition of a rishi. So this word param is used. In the previous sentence, it says param param tarayasti. The reason I didn't do it there is because it says parama rishibhya. So param is used again. Those who have realized this truth is known as param tattva. Brahmavid apnoti param. The knower of Brahman apnoti, gains, realizes param. Is what it says. Brahmavid apnoti param. So param is this param tattva, which is Brahman, which is the truth. So this mantra drashta, tattva drashta, which is a rishi, is known as a param rishi because it's a rishi. First of all, parama is the adjective which qualifies a rishi. Parama means great. Parama rishi also means the rishi who's realized the truth, who's realized param, who's realized Brahman. Hence, he's known as a parama rishi. So the previous line also says, you have taken us from avidya to param tarayasiti in the ferry to the other shores, param to the truth. So again and again we bow down to this entire rishi parampara. So you're bowing down not just to the guru but to the entire lineage. Look at the humility. Don't just bow down to me. Why am I to the entire? Because the guru knows he got his knowledge from his guru. Who got it from his guru? So the lineage of guru parampara is very important. So when you go to any spiritual field, you want to learn from any master, find out what is their guru shishya parampara. If there isn't one, that's a flag. Namah Paramarishibhyaha, Namah Paramarishibhyaha. I'll pause there. Any questions, thoughts, observations? I've covered a lot of material today.
Share an observation here, Suresh.
Please.
Not that this is to be analyzed in that way, but we're just over halfway. And in verse 3 is when the student approached the teacher. Right? He said, Tasmai savidvanu pasannaya samyak. And here, in verse 14, he's giving gratitude. So, essentially, on our spiritual path, this knowledge that is being talked about here that we're grateful for is the awareness of my previous ignorant state or my current ignorant state. It's not, the path has been indicated to me. Now I am about to start walking from verse 15 onwards. Is that right?
I think so.
So if that is the case, then actually on the overall extent of my spiritual path, my time with my guru is actually quite small. And then I take that gratitude for the guru to see me through all the way to the rest of it. It's not a physical presence and a physical guiding that I'm getting from the guru all the way to the end. Just share that. It occurred to me when I was reading this yesterday.
The presence of the guru doesn't have to be physical. But we're coming to a section where the absence of the guru makes it very difficult. And that's the shloka we're coming to next. Even after gaining all the knowledge. Every Swami has gained all the knowledge. Every Brahmachari has gained all the knowledge. We all have gained all the knowledge. And it doesn't mean it's not possible to realize. In fact, you're leading into the next discussion, which is, so we get Vivek, Vairagya, Shat-sampati, Mumukshutva. Then we go to a teacher, then we get the knowledge. Based on this pramana of Vedanta. Then we do Vedanta Vichar, Vedantartha, Vicharena, Jayate Jnanam. By Vedanta, Artha Vichara is Jayate born Jnanam, by doing Vichar on it, right? And we do that step by step by step by step. And we gain the knowledge, yes. We develop the inner qualities of Shamadama, Uparama, the Shamari Shatka Sampati. And we continue to do that. And that's what we're all doing. That's good. So there are two things. One is, how do I gain the knowledge step by step, which is what we are doing. And the other is, which is an intellectual approach to it, acquiring knowledge. And the other thing is, how is knowledge revealed to me? Totakacharya and Shankaracharya, how is the knowledge revealed to me? So the example, which is a brilliant one Guruji gave, you are walking at night in dark. How do you walk? What does Vibhuti say when you come? Bring a torchlight with you. So we have a torchlight, we put it down, we take our iPhone, turn on the light, and you're able to see, and you walk, 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 walk. I'm saying that because yesterday Adi took his first 2 steps, and that's what I was chanting, to walk, 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 and that's what we're doing. So we're walking, perfectly fine. That's what we are doing now. We're gaining knowledge, and we are walking the path. And we say it's a razor's edge, because if you don't pay attention, you could slip and fall, because the light is only right in front of you. Be careful, blah, 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 blah. Now here's the other example. You wait, the sun comes out. In one fell swoop, you've seen the entire world, not just your path. One is gaining knowledge step by step. The other, knowledge is revealed to you. So there is something which is like the sun, which reveals the whole truth to us. Not knowledge in stages. How do we get the whole knowledge in one go? Kasminnu bhagav vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati iti. What is that knowing which everything becomes known? There's something known as the theory of knowledge. You've all heard of that, right? In school now. Now I'm in the university. I have to learn this stuff because they said they want to hire somebody in knowledge management, and they want to pay her, I won't use that word, a lot of money. I'm like, what is knowledge management? So I go to ChatGPT, knowledge management, and now I am learning what knowledge management is, which is a theory of knowledge. How do we disseminate knowledge to the students, to the faculty in a variety of ways so that it becomes part of the culture? How do we do that? I just authorized, we're going to hire somebody. Knowledge management. This is knowledge management, by the way, here. How do we acquire this knowledge? How do we see the entire path? How do we take the path where the sun is out and not using the torchlight? How will that happen? The other example Guruji uses, if you've got medicines, there is always a secret ingredient, an active ingredient, I think it's called, an active ingredient in that medicine. What is that? In the example of cooking, they are chefs. They'll give you the recipe, but the secret ingredient, which will give it the real taste, they'll hold back because that's their IP. So what is that secret ingredient which reveals the knowledge and not doing what we do, which is acquiring the knowledge in steps?
Anyonya bhakti on the Guru.
Sorry?
Anyonya bhakti on the Guru, devotion.
Yeah, that's the theme of the next mantra, which we will take up. I think it's not next week. Next week I'm in Sweden for the CM75 Yatra. This is to inform you and inspire you. If any of you want to take part in the Yatra, we have another 40, 50 places to go to. You're all well versed in the scriptures. If you want to come, join us or run these, please do. Next weekend, the whole family will be in Sweden at the Indian High Commission, at the temple, at the center, talking to people of all ages. The following week, I think, is Hanuman Jayanti. So we will continue on the 12th of April for this secret ingredient, which is my famous, my favorite mantra, which Guruji used to repeat over and over. And again, I took notes, 2015, 16, I didn't quite get it till I saw it again here. And it's from the Shvetashvatara Upanishad, the last verse. And what does it mean? Why does that happen? And how to develop that? That supreme devotion that Bharati mentioned.
So yeah, thanks for that. So I'm just trying to I guess the thought that's I'm trying to fathom here is that, if I just think of my own journey, right? Like Swamiji's been coming for whatever, 25 years. I appreciate I haven't made the most of all of that time, but in whatever time, there's always okay, Swamiji, keep coming, right? But there comes a point, like in this mantra, which feels a bit like a convocation, that you kind of have to start walking by yourself. It is not just an instruction. And I relate this back to how Guruji basically told you off for, like, why do you keep coming to me for to tell you what comes next, right? So there comes a point at which we have to take that kind of ownership and say, okay, I am now going to start walking this. And we have that confidence that, Guru has given me this knowledge. I know enough. I know what I need to. I need to kind of progress. And I guess that's what I'm saying this verse feels like.
Actually, I don't think you ever walk alone. I think if you are blessed with Guru's grace, he's always with you or in you.
I'd just like to echo what Sandeep just said. When I did Make It Happen just recently, back in November, you see people go to Swamiji asking questions, asking for advice. But he was quite firm with me this time. He said, Ekta, I've given you all the frameworks, all the toolkits, use them. And he's trying to encourage independent thinking, because otherwise we create a dependency on our gurus, and we don't then foster that independent thinking. So I think the guru wants us to, we've got all the knowledge, but we also then need to make it a lived experience and reflect on it and do that shravanam and mananam to then kind of walk that path, because then it becomes a self-belief as well. That's my reflection.
I think knowing is very different from becoming. And I think that's where the guru is now saying, now become what you know at an intellectual level. And I think, last week's lesson on Om is perhaps the way forward, because that starts your progress of becoming that knowledge. So yes, they give you instructions, but then you have to honor that guru and not just be excited about being with the guru and being told by the guru. They really want you to start becoming that knowledge and start taking steps in that direction.
Thank you. And that's I think you just added a little bit further to my thinking here, that this mantra is from the Prashna Upanishad. And before the students even had a right to ask the question, I haven't read the Upanishad. I just read the commentary during the week. Before they had the right to ask that question, they had to serve. And they had to serve for a year. So this gratitude isn't just that, I got told something, like might get told something on the street or on the bus stop, but really it has been carefully taught to me. It is timeless, it is eternal, it is sacred, and there's the whole lineage of gurus, as Suresh was mentioning earlier. So it's not a small thing that has been given to me. And therefore, now it is my responsibility, to use the word Ekta has said, to take responsibility for it. And to take responsibility for actually fulfilling what it is that my guru has given to me.
I think the reason I went into this verse today too is because then we've got 2 weeks to reflect on where it ends gratitude, what is the duty of the student, and the secret ingredient, which is supreme devotion to the guru. How do we bridge that gap? What does that even mean for one who's given us the very purpose of human birth? Not just human birth, the very purpose of human birth has been given. How do we express that gratitude? If that sinks in, then the concept of devotion to the guru becomes moot. If we understand this mantra in its essence, what real gratitude is, then question of devotion becomes superfluous. We have 2 weeks to think about it. We'll put mantra number 15. We're making good progress here.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Fascinating talk. I just blown away by the commentaries on people's different reflections as well. So amazing. Thank you guys for sharing. My own 2 cents is, well, one of the gratitude part of it. Again, I've told you this before, been part of Baba's fold, Sai Baba's fold in the past, and still am. One of his programs was Sealing on Desires, and the emphasis was on contentment. And to me, gratitude is, the ability to be content with what you have and be comfortable in yourself as well. So that was one thing. Second thing was the guru shishya relationship. Being in medicine, a lot of it is apprenticeship related. And I feel privileged, the fact that I have been given information, knowledge that I can utilize that would make the care of my patients better. Had I not been given that, then the quality of care for me would not be as it should. By that I mean, if I am practicing medicine knowing that it is incorrect, that is wrong. But the fact that I know that, people have put their life work into making medicine better, cure for cancer as an example of that, then that is what I should strive to deliver to my patients. Yeah. In that spirit of gratitude for the knowledge I have received, I now hope to pass these on, or what I have learned, the little I have learned, to others who come my way. So, as an example of that, a conversation I had with a colleague a while ago was that I'm not teaching you as the individual. I am trying to teach the third person that you teach down the line that information. And if I don't do a good job with you, then I have failed that third generation that you are trying to teach further down the line. So that's interesting way of looking at it. And I think I completely shifted his paradigm, thinking of he was not getting the knowledge just for him, but he was getting the knowledge for generations down the line. So I'm using medicine as a good analogy of that gratitude that I have tried to incorporate into teaching of students or the juniors that come through me later on.
It's an excellent point. Well put. So that got me thinking in terms of gratitude. Everything I have received, I'm standing on the shoulders of someone. My parents, family, friends, society, I've gained from everyone. And that recognition is important to develop a sense of humility. And the principle of our pledge, which is giving more than you take. So when people critique us, Chinmaya Mission, you're always asking for money, we ask for money. If Gurudev did not go around from house to house getting bhikshas, 100 rupees, 500 rupees, how would he have built Sandipani Ashram from where all our Swamis have come, from where all the books have come, from where all his Rishi culture has come, that from which we are benefiting today? So whatever we have gained has been on the backs of other people's donations. We have a debt to them. So next time we give 11 pounds and think we have done our job, think about that. And we have a duty to now build something so that we, as Vedji says, we are now creating the environment for the third person, for the ones after us to benefit. And I always ask myself this question: am I producing more than I consume? Am I giving more than I take? And if the answer to either of that is no, as Krishna says, I am a thief. Simple. So sin of ingratitude and sin of theft. Once those two are linked together, one can live their lives with a sense of gratitude and humility. Veji?
If I may, just one addition. The path that we talk about, that we are starting the path on our own. I am absolutely 100% convinced that I've been dragged along this path from ever since towards that goal that is inevitably mine. So when you think you're not walking the path, you are actually. If you think all of what has happened, if I think of all what has happened to me as random and very much arbitrary, that's totally wrong in my view. I think we are significantly walking the path without us even realizing, without us even thinking about it. So there's no starting, we just continuing. And we will end up where we need to be regardless.
Can I say something else?
Sure.
Thank you, Veji. That's really wonderful. That example. And it's made me just go back to this comment that's been made in this commentary, and Suresh mentioned as well, this concept, this idea of kritagnyata, which Guruji has translated as it's not just a gratitude, it's I know what you have done for me. Right? It's knowing. It's not just like, oh yeah, I've got this knowledge, it's in my notes. I know what you have done for me. Meaning that to have learned this knowledge himself, or the Guru themselves, they'd have had to have gone through the difficult journey that we all see in front of us, right? You'd have had to kind of break away from worldly mindsets. They'll have had to build this humility. They'll have had to kind of serve. They'll have had to kind of really Shravan Manana Nididhyasana. They'll have had to have gone through all of that to have been able to impart this knowledge onto me. And that is another dimension of, to build in the gratitude that, when we see that, Swamiji has just come here and we just go, yeah, Swamiji in his busy schedule, he's kind of made time for us. But actually, it starts long before that. It starts long, long before that he'd have had to go through this journey that he's able to pass this forward onto us. And this is going backwards through the entire lineage to Guruji, Gurudev, and so on as well. So actually, this idea of gratitude is a very profound one to reflect on, even though it's a simple looking verse.
On this topic of Kritagnyata, there's actually a composition by Guruji called Kritagnyata. It's a beautiful composition, which I'll put on the group, which he has composed for his Guru. It's called Kritagnyata, and you may have heard it already. The last verse is Kritagnyata cha hridisthita me vaktum na shakya khalu yatnadopi Guru prasiddha kripaya videhi tatpada bhaktim paramanuraktim. You may have heard it. He's actually composed a whole stuti to Guru on Kritagnyata. Any other questions, thoughts? We'll resume in 2 weeks on the secret sauce, secret ingredient, which will reveal everything to us and not in krama steps as we are doing. Let's chant the Gita Panchamrit. I need 5, ideally, new people, new faces. Neeraj, Chris, Vasuji, who hasn't chanted? Vedji, Vedji, you have chanted. And any other two.
Can I do it next week, please? I've been really busy with the Malta Yatra. Next week, please.
Okay, anyone else? Neeraj, Wakey.
I can do it.
I'll do one.
You'll do. Amritama will do one. Neeraj?
Yeah.
Which one will you do? Neeraj, are you there? Okay, who'll do 2?
I can do 2.
Sure. 3? Basumati, 3? Okay, who'll do 4? Bhatyamma, 4? 5? 5?
I can do. If nobody's there, then I can do.
Okay, let's start. Who's doing what?
I can do it. उत्थरेतात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्वकर्मणि
यत् करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत् पश्यसि कौन्तेय तत् कुरुष्व मदर्पणम्
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Excellent pronunciation today, I must say. Well done. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna'at Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you all. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you,
Hare
Srishti.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om.